Hello and welcome to What Comes After. I'm davidinark and thought we'd try this game to see what it is all about. I have no earthly idea, so we're just going to jump into it. I'm also testing out something with recording a webcam and see how that works. So this is kind of an experiment on a grand level, and you can tell this game was made during 2020 because everybody's wearing a mask in the game. So, new game. Okay. That was a cat. Alright. I have no idea what we do. Oh, wait! The doors close. Alright. Okay. I made it right on time. Okay. For the last train, it's not that crowded in here. I might be able to find a seat today. Alright. What should I watch at home? I don't know. I'm not allowed to answer you. Well, everybody's wearing a mask, but they're not really socially distant or physically distant. Anyway. Huh? Hey, hey, hey. Come on, baby. It's a great song. I keep going. Oh, alright, so it says I can hit tab. Oh, alright, and I guess that brings up my story so far. Alright. So far I can't do anything else. Oh, yes. Oh, well, can I talk to you? No? Huh, okay. I really like her. What do you think I should do? I mean, just be nice, but not too nice, you know? I've only been sending her like 5 memes a day. Do you think that's desperate? Could be, dude. Hard to tell. Oh. Why, he was so mean. I was only like 10 minutes late. I'm sorry this happened to you. Okay. Oh, these dudes like almost look the same. She's so cute in the new comeback song. Have you seen her in the new video I sent? For the last time, I'm not into that kind of music, okay? Alright? This is going to be a long game if I have to read everything. Weekend at last. Oh, and I can't go that way. Alright. Oh. Okay, so she's so cute. I can hit escape according to the upper right corner, and it will bring me to the menu. These people keep saying the same thing over and over. Alright. Guess we'll keep going this way. Oh, shift to walk faster. Oh, there we go. I can shuffle along. Oh, wait, I did that. Okay. Is this where I started? Yeah. Hey, what happened to your car? You keep going home by train lately. I sold it? What? Why? So I can go home with you every day. Oh, that's sweet. Or creepy. Depends on your perspective, I guess. Oh, I don't think you're staying awake. Yep. Butter, milk, eggs. What else do I need to buy? Cereal and Chex Mix. Even though I'm home so late, my grandkids are always waiting for me before they go to bed. Well, that's sweet. Kids are blessings. So how have you been? You don't want to know. Alright. Hey, a seat. Okay, there's an exclamation point. So I guess I could probably hit spacebar. I want to go walk around, though. My girlfriend is throwing a fit because I forgot to reply to her text. Buy her favorite food on your way home. Good idea. Hey, you're the same dude listening to music. Oh, no. Just thought a burger should expand, like, horizontally. What? No, no. You said horizontally. That would be sideways, not vertically would be tall. Anyway. Fine. Yes, we know. She's throwing a fit. Okay. All right, spacebar. I sit down. I'm so tired. Why do I have to rush anyway? It's not like anyone at home cares. There's nothing to do either. I shouldn't think about it too much. Yeah, I should. Oh, she's falling asleep. So evidently there are some very serious, deep thoughts. And very I don't want to say negative. That's not the word I want to use. But some emotionally challenging issues that I guess we have to face. And there was a cat. Did I oversleep? Oh my God. Am I locked in? Oh no. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Alright, try to relax. Good idea. Let's relax, shall we? Take a deep breath. Okay. I'm just locked up. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to... That's probably not good. What the heck? Why is the train moving? What's happening? Relax, Vivi. Relax. I mean, if a cat was here, I assume this is a pretty safe place, right? Let's not overthink things. I should be able to find the driver here. Wait, driver? Is that what you call someone who controls the train? Are they driving the train? Okay, wait. Focus, Vivi. Focus. Alright, I gotta focus. Let's see. I can hold my shift key, right? Run, run, run! Oh, can't go that way. Okay. Let's go this way. I was trying to see what the little symbols and signs are. I guess nothing in particular. Alright, can we go this way? Yes! Oh, I see dead people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what is this? What are these people? Are they what I think they are? Wait, does it mean that I have died? Well, that's this. Okay, this doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it didn't hurt, or I just forget about, or did I just forget about the pain? Well, anyway, I mean, if this is really the afterlife, I can consider myself lucky. Yes, because everybody wants to spend their afterlife on a train. I didn't feel pain, and it cost me nothing. Unfortunately, it didn't cost you nothing. Yeah, this is going to get really deep. When someone takes their own life, it costs way more than they ever realize. But I understand that when someone is in that mindset, in that frame of reference, that they are to the point that they think that taking their own life is the only option. Those of us who aren't going through that try to think logically, and they're not thinking logically. So you can't reason, you can't rationalize. You can, I suppose you can reason to a certain extent, in that perhaps talking to them, you can help them see what the cost would actually be, but it's a huge cost. And before we get too much further into this, if you are feeling and thinking these thoughts, I'm begging you, reach out to someone, anyone. I know it feels like there's no one to talk to, but believe me, I know from personal experience, there is always someone that you can reach out to, that you can talk to, whether it's one of those hotlines. If you want to talk to somebody who doesn't know you, doesn't know the situation, or whether it's someone that you do want to talk to, a friend, a relative, someone that maybe you haven't talked to before, maybe someone that you talk to all the time, just somebody that you can reach out to and kind of share those feelings, and understand that it feels like that might be the best solution at the time, but I can promise you it is not. It is so not the right choice, and I've been there. I'm just going to say I've been there, and very, very fortunate for me. I reached out to a friend, and actually it was kind of a fluky thing, or it was fate or God or whatever you want to call it. But that person happened to be exactly where I needed them to be when I needed them to be there. So I wouldn't be here making videos if it wasn't for them. So just reach out to someone, and I don't know. You can always find someone to talk to, even when it does not feel like you can talk to anyone. I promise you can reach out and talk to folks. So we're going to finish the game. Anyway, and I've been considering it for a while. Anyway, you won the jackpot. No, that is not winning the jackpot at all. Wait, if I really died, Mom will be sad. You have no idea the impact that taking your own life would have on the people around you. And I know it's very hard to even consider that or think about it, or frankly, sometimes even care about that. But it matters. It hugely matters. Oh no, I don't want that. And if I died inside the train, then the cleaning guy would have to handle my dead body. Oh, and he'll have a bad day because of me. And then whoever sat next to me on the train, they would find the entire experience traumatic. Someone died next to them. Oh no. No. Oh no. Oh, what should I do? No. Alright, well, I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, that lady looks like someone who works here. I'll bet she knows where this train is heading. Alright. So I can't talk to anybody. Do they follow me? No. Excuse me. Hey, what's up? Excuse me. Wait, one by one, please. Your turn will... Oh, no, not this again. Another living being on board? What are you doing here, kid? I don't know why I'm here. You what? Oh, the humans failed to do their job again. I have but one request. One. For them to make sure the train is empty at night. Well, wait. Maybe it's not the humans. Maybe it's them? But why? What are they trying to achieve? Ma'am, excuse me? Can you tell me where this train is heading? Well, as you can see around you, dead people board this train. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. To be precise, this train is boarded with beings who died in the proximity of 10 kilometers from the station today. But where are they going? To what comes after, of course. What comes after? Yes, what comes after. No more explanation for the living. Am I going there too? Of course not. I would never allow that. The living should never cross when it's not their time. But I think I saw a cat just now. The cat that just walked past? Honey, she's also dead. So far, you're the only not dead creature here. Alright, then what should I do? Go back to the living, of course. I can do that? Yeah, we will take you back. Really? Okay, well, thank you so much. But, I can't simply ask the train to return now, so you'll have to wait until tonight's group reach their destination. And then we'll go back to the station together. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. How long will that take? Don't worry. We'll finish the trip before the morning comes. But what am I supposed to do in the meantime? Beats me. You can just wait in the car you just came from, or, walk around, try to get to know the folks around here. They always have some stories to tell, and maybe, just maybe, you can help them with something. Or they can help you with something. Help me with something. Honey, come on now. I've been around long enough to notice that you're not complete. Perhaps you'll learn a thing or two here. Anyway, I have to work. The list won't fill itself. Getting to know these ghosts, huh? So, what should I do? I could just return to the car I woke up in and wait. Or should I walk around? Well, I guess I could walk around. Sure, we'll talk to her. Huh? The living world is but an egg. We are preparing for the real life after death. Just you wait. Heed my words, young lady. I'm sorry, I need to get going. Wait, do I talk to her again, or is she the same thing? Okay. The last thing I remember was that truck barreling over me. And then I'm here. Did it hurt? Only for a very short while. I suppose it's a cause for celebration, right? I didn't suffer too long. It's okay to grieve your own death. Thank you. What are you doing here anyway? This train is not for the living. There has been a mistake. Do you reckon they will allow me back if I say it's a mistake too? I don't think that's... I'm just kidding. I know that won't fly with the conductor. Don't worry. By the time that this train arrives, I will already be content with myself. You're so sure of yourself. Not always. But when I'm not, I try to forgive myself and try again. I suppose you need to hear that, huh? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so you don't talk to everybody. Alright. So, I talk to them. What about you guys? Oh, I can talk to you. Huh? Hey, are you a ghost? No, I think you are. Ah, so I'm truly dead. I see. Well, thank you. Okay. I hope I've done enough good in life to make it worthwhile, I'm sure you did great. How do you know that, kiddo? Because you think like that. Thank you. You are a good kid. Alive and healthy, too. Should you really be here? I shouldn't. There has been a mistake. I see. I'm glad the mistake happened. Why? You got to be my brief company. It is a pleasant company. Oh, thank you so much. I don't hear that very often. It's good that I said it then. See, even after your death, you still do good to others. Gotta cram it in before Judgment Day, right? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pass her. Let me talk to her. I was so close to promotion. Work has been going well. And the cute guy from accounting has been responding to my advances, too. Why now, of all times? Are you okay? I will be. For now, please leave me alone. I want to grieve the loss of my fleeting youth. Oh, okay. Do I keep going? Oh, yes I can. Holy cow. Okay, so hang on. Let's see what she has to say. Go walk around, I'm busy. No, alright then. Fine, lady.
Hey.
Are you in charge of this train? No. Well, put me through. You have no idea what I'm capable of. I got money. I can buy this whole train. I want to turn back. I don't think that's how it works. Now. I must be get going. I'm sorry. I must be get going. That was me. I said that. That's not what she said. She just said I must be going. You've ever heard those generic stories about how we should spend more time with our family before we die? I used to laugh at them. But now, I can't stop thinking about my family. And the time I won't be able to spend with them anymore. That is true.
Hey.
Hey, to think, I just wasted my life making somebody else richer. Life is often unfair like that. Yeah, hear, hear. Well, at least death seems way fairer than life. How are you so sure? Humans don't run this one, little girl. Nothing and no one to mess it up. That's a bleak outlook to our human fellows. What, are you one of those optimists? Oh, no. Quite the opposite, really. I'm just humoring you. Well, good. I mean, I didn't get to be positive when I was alive, so now let me have a piece of hope. A hope that whatever entity... I hope that whatever entity running this show is fair and just. Unlike the clowns that I worked for. What if the judgment is fair, but you don't like the outcome? You mean, if I got thrown into hell or whatever? Or whatever is the equivalent? Huh. I don't think I did much good in life, so that's possible. But if that means people more evil and cruel than me got what they deserve too, then I think it's worth it. Then I hope what awaits is something you deserve. Well, that sounds like a threat. Oh, sorry. I'll be going now. I don't think she meant it that way, but it did kind of come out that way. Wow, there's a lot of people. I will finally be able to meet my wife again. Life without her was very difficult. I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's okay, kid. I'm here now, am I not? I waited for 10 years. I can wait for another train ride. I'm sorry. But you seem so sure you will reunite with her. No one else here seems so sure. Faith is all I have. You're still young. And you still have your whole life ahead of you from the look of it. The longer you live, the more faith and belief triumphs. I don't think I understand, sir. I'm sorry. Don't think too much of it. Live your life as you see fit, and cherish the good people around you. I will. Thank you. You know, when they talked about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, I didn't expect it to be this literal. I used to love romantic comedy movies, you know. Most of them are about a boy or a girl looking and chasing after someone they love. And when they are finally together, that's it. Happy ending. As if getting together is the end of the journey. But it's not. And I learned about it the hard way. What happened? Well, the usual, things were great at the beginning till they weren't. And when that happens, it affects you emotionally. And sometimes even physically. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's too late. Looking back now, I shouldn't have drowned my sorrows with those drinks. There are better ways that wouldn't have ended my life and ruined the people around me. I'm sorry for venting it out a bit on you. No, it's all right. I don't really know who you are, but don't make the same mistakes I did. There's always a better solution to whatever problems you're facing. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. And that is very true. It doesn't feel like there are better solutions necessarily, but there are. In fact, just about every other possible solution is a better solution. And like I said, I mean, it's hard when you're in the middle of it to see anything, honestly, beyond the next breath, let alone a minute down the road, 5 minutes down the road. But there are a lot of options. And that doesn't mean that things are going to be easy, not by any stretch. But it really is worth it. Going through the absolute stuff that you have to go through sometimes. And it sure doesn't feel like it when you're going through it, but when you come out the other side and you can look back, I mean, when I look back, I can see certain things that happened and certain things I would have missed that are absolute wonderful memories that I have. People who have touched my life, and in turn, there are people that I hope I've touched with my life, because I found a different solution. And it, like I said, it was not easy. It was a long road. But the hardest part was talking to other people about it, to be perfectly honest. It was. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not the kind of person who generally reaches out to other folks when I need help with something. I like to try to solve my own problems. But I knew I couldn't. I knew I couldn't. And like I said, very fortunately, someone I reached out to was there, and really they just listened more than anything, but also helped me get the help that I needed. Sorry. What do you think that the means to transport the dead takes the form of a train? That is a good question. Huh. In mythology, a train is certainly a fresh, modern interpretation of them. Is it developing alongside humanity's technological growth? What are the theological and metaphysical implications of this on the importance of humanity? Sorry, I must be rambling to myself again. You don't need to answer that. I'm just saying what's on my mind. I should write an article about this as soon as I get... I'm dead. I'm sorry about that. You can ramble to me about it if you like. You're so kind, but I'm afraid I will bore you. You're the live kid they're talking about, aren't you? If possible, will they believe me? No, I suppose they won't. How unfortunate. Yeah. That it's unfortunate when we have certain unexplainable experiences and we try to explain them to someone, or anyone, everyone, and you are discounted immediately. People don't want to believe it, because it's not within the quote normal realm of existence. That's very unfortunate. I think there are all kinds of things that, frankly, can't be easily explained. Things like, especially little kids. You could be driving down the road, and a little kid in the car starts waving as you drive by a particular location, whether it's a church, a cemetery, somebody else's house, whatever, and there's no one there that we see as adults. And we're like, what are you doing? And you're like, well, I'm waving to the little girl in the yard. And we're like, there's no girl there, except, maybe there is, and we don't see them as adults. I don't know. Give me a little freaky.
Hello.
If this is truly the afterlife, I hope my mom is waiting at the end. Having to go alone is scary. Are you afraid? Well, a little bit. But Mom said she'll be waiting for me. In a dream. You didn't... Oh, no. I didn't purposely try to go after my mom, if that's what you're implying. The doctor said it's hereditary? Yeah, that. She said it means we suffered from the same illness. I feel sorry for my mom. It really hurts. I suppose it's good that she went first. Less pain for her. I'm very sorry, little kid. Why? It's not your fault we were ill. Well, yeah. And it's over now anyway. I don't feel any pain anymore, and neither does my mom. So, don't worry, Auntie. Auntie? I'm not that old. But never mind that. Will you be okay alone? Yeah. And your journey is not yet over, Auntie. Good luck. Okay, just because he called you Auntie doesn't mean you're old. A person could be an aunt and be very, very young. It's all based on relatives. It has nothing to do with age. How bizarre.
Yo.
Hey, do you suppose I still have the chance to haunt my ex? Pardon? My ex. You think I can ask to turn around and give him one last surprise? Oh, why do you want to haunt him? He made my life a living heck. This is my only chance for payback. I know what you're going to say. I should forgive and let go. Well, maybe. But I don't know how your ex has wronged you. So it would be presumptuous of me to tell you off. It's okay. You didn't say it, but I know deep down that it's true. I need to let it go. Holding grudges isn't healthy. Oh, you're dead, though. No such thing as healthy or unhealthy. Girl, are you telling me to be a vengeful ghost? Oh, no, that's not what I said. I know. I'm just messing with you. My last chance to mess with someone alive, I guess. I'll keep going. Okay, how long is this train? Huh? This part of the train looks different. It's a dining car. I don't think a dining car exists on the local commuter. Oh, who am I kidding? As if logic and city transportation planning applies here. So, I'm just kind of curious. Oh, there's a spot here. Can I sit? No? Ooh. Okay, I want to try this. Huh. No one's at the bar. Well, it's a death train anyway. Who would need food and drink here? Oh, I was hoping I could get something. All right. Let's go back and talk to this dude. All right. Hello? Leave me alone, kid. Okay. Ah, well, he got me at last. At least I die a martyr, and if I'm lucky, he will go to jail. Oh my. I'm sorry, but I'm so curious. Some people live a life full of vengeance, kid. Don't be like me, or him. Will I hear the detail of this? No. Because I'm not sure I want to know? Good call. Alright. I was hanging on, you know? Thought my dad would like to see me wake up healthy one day. But there is the point of no return. And he told me to let go if I have to. So I let go. Your dad loves you, you know. He doesn't want you hurting any longer. Maybe so. But I can't let go of the thought that he gave up on me. Oh, please don't think that way. Was he loving when you were alive? Oh, very much. Then I have no doubt it's hard for him to let go of you too. He just wanted you to stop hurting. I guess. Thank you. It helps to hear it from somebody else. Especially someone who's still so full of life. Am I? Yes. Maybe you think you have one foot in the grave already, but more than anyone, you want to be alive. We walk away from this conversation with much to think about. Yeah. And I wish you luck. Well, thanks. What's up?
Hi.
Oh, to witness your child's death is the worst thing. 10 years of living through that. And now is peace. I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps they will be waiting on the other side. I sure hope so. I miss him.
Huh?
Oh, you're the barely alive girl. Barely alive? You know. Not here, not there. They've been talking about you. Listen, a piece of advice from one dead person. If you have to choose life. I know this is all serious and all, but suddenly there's Wham songs playing in my head. It's much more worth it. I know things might seem hard, and it sounds easier to just let go, but this is one thing you can't get back. Better enjoy it while you can. I know I would. Thank you. This is very deep. And I think that's one of the things that let me just put it this way, when I was in that situation, that's one of the things that my friend didn't say it exactly that way, but it was along the same lines, that even though taking my own life would have been a solution and felt like the ultimate permanent solution. I mean, it's a solution. It would have been a solution for me because I would have been dead. So, it solves my problem. It not only creates a whole line of other problems, but there are things in your life that you cannot possibly know are going to happen, and how you're going to ultimately impact other people and how other people are going to impact you. And that, I don't know, that kind of realization is one of the many things that helped me, frankly, take the next breath. And I will tell you, I have no idea where this game is going. But I will tell you that from my experience, it was very much one breath at a time. It was 1 second at a time. Eventually, it was 1 day at a time. I just made it through the day, and like I said, I mean, there were times where it was just, I made it through this particular minute of the day when, frankly, I didn't even want to make it through that minute. And and even now, there are times when I think back on those times, and I don't want to say like it slips back into that mindset necessarily, but there are times where you're still, even now, much later in my life, where it's like, okay, we got to take this, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of bills going on, or, sick or hospital or car breaks down, whatever. And I don't have the money for it. And what are we going to do? And it starts to seem to crowd in. You just stop and you take a breath. You go, okay, one breath at a time. We'll figure this out. One moment at a time, 1 minute at a time, one day at a time. We just kind of keep moving. And there are times where it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But I'm begging you, please know that that's what you have to do. Just make it through the next breath. Make it through the next minute, the next 5 minutes, 10, 30 minutes later, an hour later. You do eventually work through those things. And again, I'm not saying it's easy, not by any stretch. And there may be very difficult times ahead, but coming through the other side and being able to share that experience with other people, that to me has been probably the biggest revelation, for lack of a better word, of me going through that, is sharing my story with you, with other people. Anyway. Hi there. You look different from us. Yeah, I'm not really, dead. Oh, you're the girl they're whispering about. Are they? Yeah. I heard they're going to take you home. After they take us to what comes after. When you do get back home, please live your life to the fullest. You'll never appreciate what you have until you've lost it. I'll try, thanks. I am kind of curious, if when people die, if there is some kind of I don't know if it's a train, but some sort of a holding place where you have to kind of reflect on your life and death. I don't know. This game definitely, I call it a game. It's more like a walking experience. Definitely makes you, or hopefully makes you think of those kinds of things. There's a baby. Oh my, I'm not prepared for this. Hello, miss. Oh my God, sweetie. Oh no, I'm so sorry. What are you sorry for, miss? You did nothing wrong. Yeah, but you're so young. I noticed that too. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. But how can you speak normally like adults? Miss, you're inside a train that takes people to the afterlife. And the thing you wondered about was how I can talk to you? Adults are weird. You're right. Still feels weird, though. Don't worry. You will be surprised by how well you can understand what everyone says on this train. But you might not understand what they mean. Okay. Well, you've talked with other passengers here? I did. Some of them have the same reaction as you have. No surprises there. Death comes to everyone. Why would they be surprised? That's pretty deep for a baby. Miss, don't underestimate babies. For all we know, the adults are the ones that always fail to understand us. That's a really good point. I know. Anyway, They might be surprised because, I guess they just felt sad about you. But everyone dies here. Except for you, of course. They should focus more on being sad for themselves. Or the people they left behind. Do you feel sad about the people you left behind? Me? Well, maybe. I hadn't really got the chance to know them. So it's hard to know for sure. Besides, judging from some of the passengers here, this world doesn't seem like a pretty nice place to live. Yeah. I guess you dodged a bullet here. That's not a nice way to say it. Oh, don't tell me. Did you die because of a shooting? No. Oh, phew. I shouldn't make any death-related puns here. Did you find life to be difficult, miss? Me? I don't know. I guess, yeah. I mean, it's not easy, but that was on me, really. I mean, it's my fault that my life is hard. Why is that? Huh? What do you mean? Why do you think it's your fault? I don't know. Oh, I know. Somebody must have told you that. And you can't stop thinking about it. No. No one ever said that to me. Whoa. Then why? I'm not even sure myself. You are weird, miss. You sound like my parents. They keep apologizing to me, even after I left my body. They did their best. What is it to be sorry for? Yeah, adults think too much. We think about things that are beyond our capabilities. What a waste of energy. You can spend the time and energy to choose which toys you'll play with, or which cartoon you'll watch, and yet adults choose to spend their energy and time in their heads. In our own heads? Yep. There's no monster in front of you. Why do you put one inside your head? You wouldn't understand, I guess. And that's a great thing. At least you don't have to go through all of this. Well, maybe you're right. But you have to realize I'm missing a lot. From the stories people told me here, it seems like life is something worth living. I mean, it's hard, but it's full of wonder. At least, that's what some of the older folks here told me. I'll never know. I'll never know the ending to that story about the 7 dwarves. Because Dad didn't get a chance to finish reading it. I'll never know how steak tastes. I can only smell and see them. I don't have my teeth yet, you see. I'll never know what school is like, though I've learned so much only by laying down on the hospital bed. There are so many things I'll never experience. But I guess that's all right. How? How can you be so content? What is content? What is it? Well, it's a feeling of peace, I guess. You have such a peaceful mind for someone who just died so young. I am dead, yes, which means there's nothing I could do. Why should I think about it? Well, yeah, that's right. Miss, you don't have to compare yourself to me, you know. I know so little. That's why I don't really think things too much. You're not me. You know more. You have been through more things too. So please just think and go at your own pace. Yes, you're right. I won't be able to be as content as you, but I can try. Even if I fail, that's all right. I can try again. While eating steaks and watching many adaptations of Snow White. Now you're just trying to make me jealous, miss. I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. That's all right. At least I can see you laugh. Apparently, one can still experience something new, even after death. Anyway, I want to talk to more people here. It's the only way for me to learn more about the world anyway. So, goodbye, miss. Take care, kid. That was a very long conversation. Welcome, lady. You talk. Of course, I'm an owl. Although everyone can communicate with each other here. So it's not a surprise. Well, why are you here, Mr. Owl? To find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Pop. Something. What happened here? Well, I'm here because it's my time to be here. Oh, you're wise. Well, I'm an owl, yes. I guess you know what happened to you? And where you were going right now? I do. I did say I'm an owl, right? I don't really get what you mean. But I guess the stories are true. The owl is one of the wisest creatures out there. Well, not all of us, but pretty much. Care to share some wisdom with me? I'm wise, yes. But answer your question, I can't. Your wisdom is something for you to find out yourself. Not sure I can do that. You can, and you have to, in order to survive. Oh, gosh, thank you for your wisdom, Mr. Owl. It's not like I needed more pressure in life. That's not wisdom. That's just a fact. And you'll be able to handle it. That's also a fact. Well, thank you, Mr. Owl. The pleasure was mine. Anyway, you should explore this place a bit more, lady. Are you kicking me out? Yes. Ouch. Okay. I was planning to talk to the others anyway. I'm sure you'll learn a lot on this train. It was nice talking to you. Same goes for me, Mr. Owl. So now we have a bunch of animals. My goodness. Okay. Guess we'll just keep talking to everybody. I'm finally free from those humans. But I kind of miss them a bit. You should be more honest with your feelings, cat. What are you talking about? You love them, right? Well, I love them enough. You shouldn't put too much love on someone, you know. You can only do that for yourself. Well, of course, that's what a cat would think. Huh? As if there are other ways to think. Now, will you please let me rest? At least I can sleep peacefully on this train. There's a puppy dog. It's been years, woof. I hope I can finally meet my human again. You didn't live with your other humans? At your home? I only have one human, and our home is the whole city. Our roof is the sky, and they were beautiful. But it got cold sometimes. Oh, your human, did they go away before you? Yes. I didn't know what happened, but suddenly he just didn't move. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You've been alone since then? Yes, but other humans were kind to me. Sometimes they gave me food. Some even allowed me to sleep under their roof, but not inside. Huh. Seems like you lived in a pretty kind neighborhood. No, not everyone was kind to me. Some were pretty mean, but I'm sure they have their own reasons. Dog? Yes? Nothing. I'm sure your human is waiting for you. Really? I believe so. Woof! I can't wait to see my human. A monkey. They said curiosity kills the cat. Then why am I here? Well, what happened to you? I was curious. Didn't you hear me just now? I did. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. Curiosity really takes you to places you don't expect, huh? Huh, indeed. Muma, where am I? Meow. Oh my. Kitty cat, are you by yourself? Yes. Do you know where my Muma is? Or where I am? I don't have the answer for both, I'm sorry. But you're going somewhere fun. I assure you of that. Really? I'm sad I can't meet Muma. But I also can't wait to play at my new home. You'll have fun, kitten. There's a poor little puppy dog right here. Woof, where are they taking me? My master must be worried. Do you remember where you were before you got here? Yes, I was at home with my family. My human family, that is. What happened there? I don't know. All I remembered was they were crying, and I was in pain. But seeing them cry hurt me even more. So I tried to cheer them up, but I didn't have the energy. I tried to use all the energies I had left to bark, and suddenly, I'm here. They must be worried sick. I don't think so. Woof, why? Do you think they don't love me anymore? Oh, of course not. They cried for you. They loved you. But I'm sure they know you're in a better place now. Or at least on the way to a better place. But there's no better place than home with my humans. Oh, dog, you love them a lot, huh? What do you mean? Is there anything beyond loving one's family? Well, there probably is, but not for you. Anyway, you don't have to worry, okay? You're going to a better place. And you can wait for your humans in peace there. They're coming too? Yes, maybe not soon, but yeah, they're coming for you. Woof, woof, woof. I will wait however long it takes for my humans. Woof. Oh my. What is this place? It feels like a forest inside a train. Just when I thought this place couldn't get any weirder. Oh, hey. Hey, you. Huh? Who's there? I'm here. I don't see anyone. Seriously, human? You're standing among so many plants, and you say you see no one? Typical humans. Wait, are you... Yes, I'm standing next to you now. Holy, I'm speaking to a plant. Oh, God. Of course that's how a living human would react. I'm sorry. It's just that I never imagined I would be able to speak to plants. Yeah. You people studied us, even consider us fellow living beings, and yet you're surprised about us being able to communicate. Oh no, I'm truly sorry. Pff, you're sorry, sure. Anyway, I just want to say hi to the only living thing on board. So yeah, hi. Hello. What should I call you? Call? Oh, you mean name? Call me whatever you like. Our kind never needed names anyway. All right, then. Can I call you Tiny? Seriously, human? Out of all the creative names you could give me, you choose such an offensive name to describe my size? Oh, my, oh, my. Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever. You can call me Tiny. Really? Well, thank you, Tiny. I bet you call your pet generic name too, like Kitty or something. What? What did you just say? Nothing. So, what's your name? Me? My name is Vivi. Pleased to meet you. Yeah. So, you lost? Not really. I mean, yes, I was lost. But at least they said they can take me home. Now I'm just walking around killing time. Whoa, girl. Don't talk about killing things on this train. Oh, my. That was a slip of the tongue. Anyway, how's the ride so far? Well, it's been very eye-opening. Deep down, I still believe this might be a dream. No, it's not. It's real. Oh, well, either way is fine with me. Yeah, you just got to enjoy the ride. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I won't hold you much longer. You should use your time here. You should use your time well here. Talk to everyone, maybe. And be nicer to plants once you return. Will do. Okay. Psst, bro. Seems like that girl is staring at us. Hush, don't be too loud. She might hear us. But they don't understand our language. I can hear and understand you just fine. Whoa, is she talking to us? No way. Humans don't even notice our existence until they're hungry. If she noticed us, it means she's going to eat us soon. Sorry again. I'm not trying to eat you or anything. She's human. She must be lying. Just pretend we don't hear whatever she says. Maybe she'll ignore us too. All right, all right. You don't want me around. I'm leaving. Bro, she said she's leaving. But why is she still here? I don't know, bro. Oh, this game is so weird. Okay. Are you avoiding me? Oh, are you talking to me? Of course. Why are you so surprised? It's not every day somebody wanted to talk to me. Why is that? I'm just a normal tree with nothing to talk about. Nothing? I mean, I can talk about photosynthesis, considering that I've been doing it my whole life. Other than that, even speaking with you now gives me anxiety. Well, I wanted to say you should be more confident in your life, but then I remember, that I no longer live. Yeah. All the more reason not to feel anxious, right? You're right. Don't think about it too much, though. I also still struggle with that from time to time. I guess, no matter what the circumstance is, everyone has something in common. That's true. Oh, here's a ghost critter. Being in the middle of food chain sucks. Hey, Mr. Deer. Did a predator catch you? A human? Pardon me? Yes, you were right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, it's all right. Still sucks, but it's okay. That tiger also has a family to feed. It's the law of nature. You don't hold a grudge? I'd do the same if I was a tiger. And I heard there won't be any bloodshed at the place we're going. How do you know? I'm a deer. We know. I wanted to ask more, but it seems like it's not my place to ask. You'll know one day. When your time has come, and if you deserve the knowledge, you should keep that in mind. I will. Oh, what a beautiful flower. Thank you. Even though this is not my prettiest form. Oh, you can grow to be more beautiful? Yes. But humans are impatient. Somebody plucked me from my root before I got the chance to grow. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you that kind of human, lady? The ones that used my kind to find love and breed more humans on Earth? No? Oh my, I would never think of doing that. But other humans would. Yeah. We would. Why did your people love to do that? I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry. Don't say sorry all the time. I was just asking questions, you know? But still, you're here because of us. Well, true. But just so you know, it's not like we flowers don't like to be appreciated. We love to be considered as a beautiful gift, but we'd prefer if humans don't pluck us out just before our time. I'll keep that in mind. I can't change everyone or undo what's been done, but at least I can change myself and maybe those around me. So we can be more mindful of your kind. That sounds good. Besides, how do you expect to find love if you can't even wait for a flower to fully bloom? Well, that's a good point. Alrighty then. More plants. My gracious. Oh, and there's a giant giraffe, by the way. Sis, why is she staring at us? Psst. Don't say anything. Pretend we can't talk and she'll just walk away. Okay. Wait. No. Whoa. A giraffe? What are you doing here on a train from the city? Pretty sure there's no wild giraffe around here. That's because I'm not wild. I lived in a zoo nearby. Oh, did something happen at the zoo? No. I was just sick, that's all. Sorry to hear that. You don't have to be. It was a sweet release. I didn't mind at all. How does it feel to live in a zoo? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. I've been living in the zoo since I was born, so I don't really have any comparison. Oh, okay. I don't want to disturb you any longer then. Enjoy the rest of your ride, Mr. Giraffe. Thank you, human. Wow. Surprised to see an exotic plant like me? Of course. You don't seem so surprised to see that I'm surprised. Girl, I'm exotic. This happens all the time. Well, I mean, it's not every day people can see a plant like you around here. How did you end up in the city, by the way? Collection. Excuse me? I'm part of a collection, owned by someone who loves gardening a bit too much. He has his own botanical garden for plants like me. Well, considering the area, I'm not surprised a rich person with such a peculiar hobby lives around here. Yep. And even then, I'm still considered as one of his most prized possessions, you know. Well, if you don't mind me asking, why are you here? No special reason. My time has come. That's all. And you don't have a problem with that? Girl, everything that lives must die. No one lives forever. I lived a happy life. What's more to ask? I wonder, what constitutes a happy life for plants? Well, we all have different definitions of that. For me, simply being taken care of is enough. I'm glad you got to experience a good life. Oh, trust me, I feel the same. Human? What do you want with me? I'm sorry. Wait, you're different. You're not like them. Them? The other humans I have to deal with when I was alive. What makes you think so? Well, you don't make me feel threatened. Oh, did you live with bad people? Bad would be an understatement. They killed my parents, took their tusks, then took me to where your people live, to be an entertainment, to take your people around the same path every single day. Oh my, I'm so sorry to hear that. I thought they're not allowed to do that in the zoo. Zoo? That's the place where humans watch other animals, right? Yeah? Oh, I wish I lived there. But no, I had to live somewhere else. Every day was hell. I finally reached my limit. And I'm glad it's all over now. Well, I am so sorry, Mr. Elephant. You don't have to be. What you have to do is not be like them. Not support them. And that's enough for us. If you can do more, that would mean a lot for my kind. Well, I'm not sure how I can help, but I can try. At least people need to know. Hopefully, that will push some changes. Thank you for even thinking of that, human. It's the least I could do. That's more than enough. When I got into this train, I was glad that I don't need to endure it any longer. I can finally meet my parents again. For our time back then was short. But now, I feel more than just glad. I hope all the good things in life for you. Thanks. But I have to earn those wishes. It's the thought that counts. But I'd love to see you try from above. Wish me luck. A swing? What a weird place to have a swing. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh, hey. Ho, 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 green giant. A lively soul. Not too shiny, but lively nonetheless. I must be the luckiest tree to be graced with a lively soul, even after mine left the world. You talk too, but in a very different way. And what's so different about the way I talk, young girl? You sound real, like somehow I'm not as surprised to hear you talk. Compared to the other passengers here. Ho, ho, ho. I'll take that as a compliment then. So, what brings you here, young one? Oh, I was just wandering around, waiting for this train to reach its destination, and then they'll take me home. I wasn't asking about that, dear. What brings you to this train? What? I don't know. I was just about to go home by the last train, and I overslept. When I woke up, I was already on board this train. Oh, dear. You can't just randomly get into this train. This is a special train for someone unlike you. Yeah, I know. It's weird that I suddenly got here. Well, it's not that weird, child. There is a way for a living being to ride this train. What? What are you talking about? That person. They have to be connected or got too close with death. They have to make a connection with death themselves. Wait, are you telling me that it wasn't a coincidence? Oh, there's no coincidence if we're talking about death. There's only fate. You were destined to ride this train because you, in one way or another, have touched death. It's all right if you don't want to talk about it. The fact that you are here with your life intact, it means death is giving you a chance. A chance? Why? Who knows? Maybe they love you. Or maybe they think you still have a purpose to fulfill in the land of the living. Being loved by death? That's really something. It really is something. But also nothing at the same time. Death loves everyone. How else do you explain their devotion to the difficult job of maintaining the life and death of every single creature on Earth? Well, way to ruin my moment of joy, you old tree. You are special, but so is everyone else. I think you misunderstood the meaning of special. No, I still have much to learn, yes. Well, how old are you, old tree? And why do you know so much about death? How old am I? Let's see. I can't remember when they first put my seed inside the earth, but the first time I tasted the sun, the humans were at war. Well, that doesn't say much. We were at war too many times. Yes, I can't remember the exact time, but the people from the west just arrived, and the original humans from the region were fighting against them. Oh, well, that was a pretty long time ago. Yes, it was. And to answer your question about how I know a little about death, you'll be surprised by the amount of life conceived, born, and taken away under my branches. Every time death visited me, we talked a bit. They are good friends with a lot of old trees like me. Do you have a lot of friends around your age? Not so many, sadly. Most of them don't reach even half of my age, be it because of war or because the humans took their life away. Oh, I was one of the lucky ones, I guess. Ho, ho, ho. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. Death is just a passageway to a better life, to the good place. Well, you seem to be very sure that we're headed to a good place. Of course. I'm good friends with death, remember? Well, not everyone goes to the good place, do they? Only good people deserve it. Ah, you're a believer. Well, it's not that. Ho, ho, ho. We are trees, child. We do no sins. And we're the most tormented, yet very important souls on earth. No kind of divine rules would disqualify us from the better afterlife. We were born on earth to serve and suffer, and we can't do anything about it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, old tree. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep referring to you with a name. Do you mind? It's all right, kid. I've been calling you by many names, too. Pardon me for forgetting to ask. What is your name? My name is Vivi. Ah, Vivi, what a beautiful name. It's so full of life, both in words and its meaning. So tell me, Vivi, once you leave this train, what will you do? Go home? And then sleep, I guess. To be honest, I haven't put much thought into it. Ho, ho, ho. You are not that different compared to us trees. Why? Try asking all the trees on board this train. What would they do if they were allowed to return? I assure you the answer would either be sleeping or photosynthesis. Even trees have more purpose in life than me. Which is why I asked. You have so much potential. Why not utilize it? Well, it's not that easy. You're right. It is not easy. But everything worth doing never is easy. Hey, come on. I just got into this mess for a few hours. That's if time flows normally here. I won't just simply find a new life purpose in a few hours. Your journey tonight is not yet done, dear. Well, what if, even after I returned, I still haven't found my purpose? Then make one. How? That's for you to decide. You have experienced a thing not so many people, not even gods, ever had. Tell them about your story however you like, or do nothing. That is also all right. Huh. Finding a new purpose sounds fun. I don't know if I can find one tonight, but I guess the night is young. The night is older than everything we know. But yes, the night is young. You really are an endless source of wisdom. Thank you. But I believe I have served my purpose with you, Vivi. Now go. Find your purpose. Or do nothing. The world is not in your hands, but your world's. What? But your world is in your hands. Thank you, old tree. I wish you well for the rest of the journey. There's only a short journey left for me, but thank you, dear. Wow. Alrighty then. I can't go past him. Huh. Okay. So now where do I go? I guess I have to go all the way back. Do I talk to the tree? I guess no matter what the circumstance is, everyone has something in common. Yeah, that's okay. I gotta run all the way back to where I was. Hey, there we go. That person. Maybe he works here. Yeah, he wasn't here before. Good evening, miss. Good evening? Are you also... How should I ask this? You want to ask whether I'm dead or alive? Yes, sir. I'm sorry if that's rude. Don't worry about it. But to answer your question, the concept of life and death does not apply to me. What? Do you work here? Just like Granny Conductor? Something like that. Are you a chef here? Well, you can say so. Interesting. I thought the dead didn't need to eat anymore. No, you're right. They don't need to eat. Well, then what are you doing? I'm here to give them a parting gift. Parting gift? Why don't you give it a try? What? Me? But I'm still alive. If I accept the parting gift, doesn't it mean that I would die? Well, and if that's the case, would you mind? Well, of course. Interesting. I thought you'd been thinking about doing it for a while. Isn't that right, Vivi? How did you know? How did you know my name? How did you know about that? I just know. It's the perk of being me. So, do you want to take the offer or not? This is what you want, right? No. Thank you for the offer, but I don't think I want to go just yet. Understandable. Thank you. But, just so you know, my offer is still open. No strings attached. What? Do you want to taste the parting gift I usually serve? You don't have to part with your life afterward. What? Are you even allowed to do that? I manage this kitchen and bar. I can do whatever I want. But, what now? Don't you have a more pressing customer? That's very thoughtful of you, but no. My place is the most popular spot on the train. Most of the beings who ride this train immediately visited my place upon arrival. They don't want to miss the experience. My job is more or less done for tonight. Well, okay then. If it's not a bother. If it's not a bother, I would like to taste your dish. The parting gift. Thank you for ordering. And it's not my dish. It's your dish. Give me a moment. Okay. Oh, look at there. Your order is ready. Huh? This? This is the food you gave to people as the parting gift? Well, yes and no. Well, what do you mean? Why don't you tell me about the dish? It's your dish, after all. What do I have to explain? It's a mug of hot green tea latte and a plate of nasi goreng with the sunny side up. Yes. So you serve this to everyone? Nope. Then why don't you give it a try now? All right. Let me take a bite. All right then. It's been so long. But I remember this. Can you tell me what you remember? Sure. It was a Sunday morning. I was just 8 years old. Mom made this nasi goreng for us. It's only nasi goreng, I know, but Mom was a single parent. She had to work multiple jobs to make sure my sister and I could get a proper education. Sometimes, even on the weekends. But that Sunday morning, as my gaze was fixed on the TV screen, I could smell Mom's cooking. And I left my favorite anime to follow the scent. Usually we had to cook for ourselves, or Mom would simply buy something for us. But she didn't have to work that weekend. And she was in a really good mood. So she made something for the three of us. Was that the first time? That's the weird thing. It wasn't. She cooked for us quite often, despite her being busy. I don't know why that Sunday felt so special to me. It wasn't even anywhere near my birthday, or any of our birthdays. It simply had a special place in my memory. Thank you so much for this. Oh, don't thank me yet. Why? You haven't drunk your order. Huh? Okay then. Oh. I wonder how he's doing now. Pardon? Nothing. This drink just reminded me of a dear friend of mine. Do you have any special memories with him? Oh, yeah. It was a very difficult evening. Did something happen? Almost. Thankfully, nothing happened. But still, it was a difficult evening. And he was there to help me get through the night. What did he do? He listened. And sometimes he encouraged me, but mostly he listened. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, my friend listened, which is more than I felt like anyone else was doing or could do. Wow, this really hits home. Okay. He made this drink for me. You know the funny thing? Let's pretend I don't. This hot green tea latte is just a cup of instant green tea latte. You could get dirt cheap at the convenience store, but it was the best green tea latte I'd ever had. I guess I understand what kind of things you serve here. You don't serve food and drink. You serve memories. Memories attached to the food and drink. That's one way to put it. But yeah, I serve the best meals my customers ever had in their life. Most of the time it's not about the food itself, but the memories attached to them. You can have the most delicious food on earth that you can't enjoy if the time, place, people, and everything else are not right. It also works the other way around. That's a really nice thing to do. I exist to serve. If I may ask, please ask away. How long have you been doing this? Well, I can't really tell you the exact number of years, but I've been doing this since the concept of life and death on Earth have existed. That's long. That got me wondering. How should I ask this? Yes, you're right. Huh? What? They did ask for the apple when they visited this place. Oh my. It's one heck of a revelation. And please stop poking inside my head. Sorry, I can't help it. Oh well, anyway. Once again, thank you very much. I might be the luckiest person on Earth to be able to experience this while I'm still alive. Oh, you're not the first one. But indeed, you are one of the very lucky few. Well, I hope I didn't waste all of my luck in life by having your dish. Amen to that. All right then, I gotta go. I'll see you again someday. Hopefully, not too soon. Agreed. And I hope during your second visit, you'll have something new to eat and drink. Huh? Yeah, that's the plan. I've spent a long enough time here. Maybe I should go back to my car. Gotta make sure they don't leave me inside the train again. That's where I was trying to go. Though, to be honest, I'm not sure which car was mine. Oh. Wonder if I was supposed to go talk to her. Is this my car? Yeah. There we go. Phew. What a ride, huh? I'm gonna need a 24-hour sleep after this. Huh? Hey. Hey, kitty cat. What are you looking for? I'm sorry I didn't bring any food with me. I'm dead, meow. Oh, good gracious. I've been through so many things this evening, and a talking cat is still a surprise for me. Get it together, human. Now, pet me. So much like a cat. Oh, man. So this is how cats would talk to humans. If we could understand you. Yes. And you will do what we say anyway. Man, you're cute. That's how we survive. By stealing and being cute. Sounds like someone I know. So, I noticed you've been following me around, kitty. Ugh, you human and your generic names. You have a name then? What should I call you? Well, kitty is fine. Anyway, why were you following me? I'm just curious. Curious about me? Is that simply a cat's nature? If you were just another dead person, I wouldn't care at all. But you're still alive. And I'm judging you. We cats are good at judging humans. The same cannot be said about us. That's right, meow. Judging me for what, by the way? For something important. But before that, I'd like to get to know you better, human. Tell me about yourself, and I'll tell you about me. Can I ask first? Sure. So, is this your 9th time here, kitty? That's not how it works. When we lose a life, we simply wake up like we were sleeping. Just like in your video games. Oh, I don't play games that much, but I understand. So, this was your 9th time dying? Meow. We usually waste the first few of our lives when we were kittens. Learning takes sacrifices. True. I wish we could learn how to live life with an additional 8 lives like you. You have better brains than us. That should compensate for the additional lives you don't have. I wish. Why? What do you mean, why? Why is your brain not enough for you? I'm not sure. Even with this brain, life is still not easy. Heck, sometimes I feel like our brains just make things harder. 9 lives sounds like a better option. Human, we were given 9 lives because we can only learn things the hard way. Dying 9 times involves a lot of pain, you know. Yeah, living once also involves a lot of pain. I guess each of us has our own unique problems. True. So you live with your family? Recently, yes. With my mom and sister. Recently? Well, I used to live by myself, renting an apartment near my office. So did my sister. But then, Mom's condition got a little bit worse, and someone had to stay with her. She's working? Well, we have this little convenience store at home. Mom saved some money from the years she spent working. Her dream was to build a restaurant. But that's hard. It's even harder than before nowadays, you know. So she decided to open a small store, selling general necessities. Sometimes weird stuff she finds online or on her travels. Nowadays, she mostly just sits and has a chat with our customers. Sometimes we get help. Usually from the local neighborhood kids looking for extra money. But I figured having a family member would be better. So I decided to move back. Not having to pay rent is great, but the time I spent on the road is pretty crazy too. What about your sister? Oh, she doesn't really have any options. She comes back home almost every weekend, but she still lives by herself in the central business district. Oh, my nose is itching. Say, do you have a garden at home? Garden? We sure have. Mom loves gardening. It's not big, but it's enough. Sounds like a lovely home and family. Thank you. I'm pretty lucky to have them. And they're also lucky to have you, human. I'm not so sure about that. I'm just a burden for them. Did they tell you that? What? No, of course not. That's a mean thing to say. Then why do you think so? Because it's true. Oh, did you hear them talking about it behind your back? I'm sorry to hear that. No, actually. You didn't accept my apology? No, I never heard them actually say it. You're confusing me, human. If they never said that you were a burden, why would you think that? This kitty is an example of why having 9 lives is better than having a better brain. I don't really get it, but if having a human's brain won't let me think that I'm the queen of the world, I don't want that. Told you. Have you finished interviewing me yet? Yes, I think I've assessed you enough. So what's the verdict? I think you would be the perfect person. I need your help. I don't think I'm capable enough to help anyone. But shoot. I died today. You know that for sure. Yes. I was on my way home after looking for food before a reckless driver crashed into me. Oh my. I'm so sorry, kitty. Oh, I don't mind dying, really, but being a stray cat is not a life full of glory. But I left something behind, and they won't let me rest in peace. What is that? Kittens. Oh, no. Yeah, there are 4 of them. I went out to eat so that I could nurse them, but, I'm so sorry, kitty. You don't need to feel sorry, human, but humans let this happen. We are the worst. Oh yeah, that I agree. Although humans and dogs are always racing to be the worst. Back to the topic. I hate to do this, but I'd like to ask for your help. Well, tell me what I can do. Do you want me to avenge your death to the driver who killed you? That'd be tough, but I can try. No, silly. Is it possible? Yes? Is it possible for you to take my kittens to your home? You want me to take care of your kids? You won't mind? Human, I'm dead. And you are the only living person here. But the conductor and the chef are here. Do you think they care? They don't? Well, they probably do, but they're busy. If they need to make sure every soul's in their jurisdiction rest in peace, well, they would die. Even though that concept doesn't really apply to them. Is it all right? I mean, I can't even take care of myself, let alone taking care of 4 kittens. You'll be fine. I've been watching you since you boarded this train. You don't love yourself enough. But that lack of self-love was allocated to the others. Us cats have more senses than you, human. We knew. Are you sure? Yes. Well, I don't know whether I can be enough for them, but I'll try. Mom would love them too. And my sister. She'll get used to them. That's the spirit. You don't need to worry. They're like 3 or 4 weeks old. They just need somebody to feed them, give them a home, and love. Any tips from the mom? Love them well. That'll do. Where can I find them? How do I explain it, meow? Oh, I know. Focus on me. What do you... Just focus and think about what's probably inside my head. Okay. Whoa. What's that? Do you see them? Yeah. They're not too far from the station. Yes. So please. Oh, don't worry. You know you can count on me. I don't know, but you know, right? Yes. Thank you so much, meow. You've done enough, kitty. You can rest well now. Once again, thank you. Stop mentioning that. I have one more request, though. What is it? Can I stay on your lap until I arrive at my destination? Of course. Thank you, human. The pleasure is mine. Oh, she's back. Miss? Miss? Whoa. Am I dead? Well, I sure hope not, miss. Oh, I'm back? You never left. You've been stuck inside the train for hours. What time is it? It's almost 4 a.m. Time for the first train. Oh, thank God it's the weekend. Wait, what day is today? Well, you're right. It's Saturday. Whew. You should thank our station head for finding you here. Oh, sure. Guess who? It's you. Hello there. Oh, you've met her? Good. I have to leave you both. Got something to do. Make sure nobody is left inside the other trains, okay? Will do, ma'am. You look like someone who's just seen a ghost, dear. Why are you here? I work here, remember? I thought you only worked in the other train. It doesn't work that way. Even with me watching both sides of the station, they still manage to sneak you in. Imagine if I only worked on one side. They? You mean your staff? No, I'm talking about Death. That sneaky fool. Oh. How was your trip last night? Had a pleasant journey? I have to say, it's a life-changing experience. Good. You are very lucky, you know. For most people, that trip is a sign of a life-ending experience. You still got your life ahead of you. Yes, I know, and I'll do my best. That's the spirit. Now, don't get too comfortable staying here. I'm sure you have a promise to keep, right? Oh my, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I'm off, Grandma. Live well, kid. What comes after? Oh, man. So does she go find the kittens after the credits roll? I'm curious. But anyway, this was a very cool walking simulator type program. Not really a game. I mean, all I did was read and walk through things, but the message is well, it's a very good message. I mean, it's a little in your face and kind of hokey at times, but it definitely hits home. This should be the place. Let me check. They should be. Here they are. Oh, look at the little kitty cats. Welcome to your new family, kitties. Let's go back to our home. I thought maybe it was going to stay on there. Oh, very cool. All right. Well, like I said, the message is kind of in your face and a little hokey / heavy-handed at times, but the message is true. I know for me, it's not that I didn't think. It wasn't that I thought I didn't have a purpose. I just, I don't know. I felt like I needed to know what it was, and I had no idea what it was, and so, and of course it's much more than that. I'm going to take these off. Schrodinger's Schrodinger's cat. It wasn't just that I didn't know what my purpose in life was. I mean, I was a teenager at the time. The issue was more about I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I felt like I was in the way. I didn't feel like I could do anything right ever. And it just kept building up. I mean, I had friends that I had completely betrayed. I had a girlfriend at the time that I'd completely just betrayed. I mean, I didn't mistreat her or get physical or anything, but it was just there were some head games that we were playing, and I mean, I said things and did things and just acted stupid. I was a teenage boy, so a lot of times we do stupid stuff. Heck, I'm far from a teenage boy, and I still do stupid stuff. But it all had piled on, and I didn't really think that I had any way out of it. It was just like every time I turned around, I was screwing up somebody else's life. And like I said, I happened to reach out to this one friend of mine, and they were like, listen, yeah, you've screwed up a lot of these things, but it's nothing that you can't ask forgiveness for. It's nothing you can't, I might not be able to fix some of those things, but I can learn from them. And hopefully I did. But for the most part, it was mostly, I just needed to be able to talk to somebody about all the stuff that was going on, and they listened. And that was a big part of it. And that's why I say, find someone who will listen. And I promise you, there are people who will listen. You've got friends, you've got relatives. There's an 800 number you can call. There are lots of places to reach out. And even if you don't know them, and maybe that's better sometimes that you don't, they will listen. Or if it is somebody that you do want to talk to, and it may not be the person you want to talk to, might not be the person who wants to listen. And so sometimes it's not about the person you wish you could talk to. It's about the person who is there for you, who is willing to listen and just hear you out. And they might have some advice, but they might not. They might just listen. But I can tell you from my own personal experience that it does get better. Life does get better. Those things that seem to be mounting and piling up, little by little, those things eventually work themselves out one way or another. Not always to the good. I will tell you straight up. Not everything works out beautifully with, all wrapped up in a package with a bow. Sometimes it's not pretty, and sometimes people you thought were your friends aren't your friends, and the people you had hoped you could reconcile with, you can't. And then there's other people that you thought you never could reconcile with, and they end up becoming someone that ends up being, a best friend in life. So I don't know, just take care, and thank you for watching, for being a part of this particular experience. Got any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories, feel free to leave those down in the comments section below, as always. And again, thank you so much for watching, and thanks for all of those who help support the channel, that we can do things like this. I appreciate it, and I hope that 2021, as I'm recording this, ends up being a wonderful year for you, for your family, for those that are in your life, but honestly, mostly for you. I hope 2021, if you had struggles and hardships in 2020 with everything going on, I hope this year is a much better year for you. And Just remember to reach out to someone and talk to them if things aren't going so great. Thanks for watching.